InsideThunder.com. Powered by iHeartMedia, Oklahoma City.
Hi, I'm Randy Renner at Chesapeake Energy Arena. A rough night on defense for the Oklahoma City Thunder. What a night, though, on offense. It was almost like watching a game from the old ABA days. The Thunder, though, lose it to the Dallas Mavericks 135-131. 135 points, the most the Thunder have given up this season. The Mavericks shot 61.5% on their shooting percentage, and that's the most the Thunder have allowed an opponent this season. The previous high was the other night down in San Antonio when they allowed the Spurs to shoot 58%. Russell Westbrook had his 10th triple-double of the season with 31 points, 11 assists, and 11 rebounds. Anthony Morrow, a big night with 32 points. He hit 6 threes. Also a big night for Enes Kanter. He had 30 points and 16 rebounds. The big problem, again, though, the Thunder could not play defense to save their lives tonight. They gave up a whopping 72 points in the paint to the Dallas Mavericks. That is something that head coach Scott Brooks called ridiculous. Here's the coach and Russell Westbrook.
It was a tough loss. We didn't get enough stops. We scored plenty of points to get the win on our home floor, but it was we didn't get the stops when we were needed, and that was throughout the game. But we got to do a better job with that.
Dean Blevins, News 9. I don't know that you have any answers, but can you give us any ideas of what went wrong or what options you have in that situation?
Well, we had some foul troubles early, and we have to throw different guys in, and we have to do a better job defensively as a team. It's collectively. It's a team sport. It's a team defense that we have to improve on. Like I said, we scored enough points, 131 points. It was a great offensive game for both sides. A lot of threes, a lot of attacks in the basket, a lot of free throws, not a lot of stops. We take pride in that. We've been struggling in that area, and we just have to continue to work and improve and find ways to how we can shore up some of our issues.
Myron Patton Fox, 25. Can you talk about? It looks like you were trying to steal some minutes from Novak, Perry Jones. I mean, were you kind of searching for some things there?
Yeah, I mean, we had some foul troubles, and we only have one true big off the bench in Mitch, and we had a couple of guys had 2 quick fouls, and trying to get some minutes out of them. I don't know if I like to use the word steal, but I try to find some good minutes. I believe in all the guys, and they have to step up when they get called on, and tonight, we had to do that. And unfortunately, we didn't play well enough as a group defensively.
Steven went down late. Was that an ankle, a knee? Do you have any?
I'm not sure.
Darnell Mayreddy, Oklahoma. Scott, when Steven picked up his 4th foul, I think 32 seconds in the 3rd, how much did that hurt you guys?
It definitely hurt. He's our rim protector. He's the guy that can defend. And when he picked up that early in the 3rd quarter, that put a lot of pressure on us defensively. But we managed. We built up a lead, and then we took a couple of tough shots and gave them a chance. And with points around the basket, I think they had 72 points in the paint. That's ridiculous. We have to do a better job of protecting the basket, but more importantly, we have to do a better job of stopping the ball from getting to the basket.
Coach, was it more fundamentals or effort or just better offensive talent, or what was it when you break it down?
Both teams have a lot of offensive talent. There's no question about it. They do and we do. 135 to 131 in a 48-minute game, that's a lot of points. The effort, we have to get better. We have to make it sure it's on both ends. And then some of the things that we have to work on individually, we have to get better, and then we have to get better on some things defensively as a team.
Coach, Tim Farley, Ion, Oklahoma. You got behind by 10 late in the game. You were behind by 10 earlier in the game. Did you just run out of juice and kind of get deflated after you'd make those comebacks and then they'd respond?
Well, knowing us and our history, we're not going to give up. We're going to keep fighting. We're going to keep plugging away. We're going to keep finding ways to get back into games. And I thought we did that tonight a couple of times. Early in the second half we did it, and then at the end we did it. We have to sprinkle in some defensive stops. And against a team like this that can score, they can score a bunch of points, and they got a lot of offensive talent in their starting team, and then they're off their bench. They got guys that can score, and they did a good job. They scored a couple more points than us.
Scott, with so many guys who aren't known as defenders, I mean, how difficult is it for them? Are we expecting too much out of them to be able to do the things that you guys normally do defensively? Do you have to maybe change up kind of what you do on that end of the floor?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good players and a lot of good defensive players that are not on the floor right now with, Serge and Kevin, Nick, and Dre. But there's no excuse. We still have to do it. We have to have everybody committed to that end of the floor, and you have to do it every time down the court. And if you don't, you get scored on. And tonight was another opportunity for us to get better defensively, and we didn't.
Can you get lulled in this when you can score as well as you can, that you don't put the same concentration on the defensive end when you're scoring like that?
Well, I don't know if it's the concentration. There's a lot of things that go into it. It's a five-man. Everybody has to be on the same page. And it's not all of them. I mean, it's making a trade and having a bunch of guys playing that weren't here early on, and guys playing minutes that they weren't playing early on. So there's a lot of things that they have to improve on, and then we haven't had a lot of practice times, but that's still not an excuse. We still have to do a better job. This time of the year, you don't have room for error. You have to continue to compete, and every game's critical.
Coach, how big a factor is Serge? I mean, if Serge is in a game like tonight, that's 72 paint points. What does that number become? And is he on schedule coming back?
Well, I don't want to get into we have guys that are not playing. I mean, they're not playing. We have to do a better job defensively. We all know Serge is one of the best shot blockers in the game for the last 5 or 6 years. He's not practicing with us. He hasn't been on the court with us, and he's in his rehab process, 4 to 6 weeks. I don't know where exactly. Maybe it's 2.5 weeks or so. But he's doing everything he can, and he won't be on the court until he's 100% ready.
Well, Enes, a career high for you tonight, a season high for more. It seemed like offensively things were really clicking for y'all. What was missing, though?
I think the missing part was, I think defense in the end, and I think they made extra shots too. So, I mean, we tried, but I think we just have to do a better job on closing the games.
How did their pace and the way they moved the ball, how did they make it difficult for you guys defensively?
I mean, it made it really difficult, especially in the fourth quarter. I mean, they made just I know they made some extra shots, but I mean, I think we could have a better job on defense, because I know, I mean, we score on the ball, and we have guys that can score the ball. But I think the most important thing right now is just defense. We have to focus on defense.
Enes, were you guys not adjusting as a team defensively, or getting beat, or not the effort? What would you point your finger at?
Well, I think effort was there, but we just weren't on the same page, and I think we just got beat a lot in the pick and rolls. And I think we just have to work on it.
When you look at just where the season is right now, just how tough of a loss is this? So, I obviously had an opportunity to probably try to move up into 7.
It definitely was. It was really tough on us, and because we trying to push, we playing for something. We're trying to get good spot in playoff spot. So I think this really hurt us, but we just cannot sit here and worry about it. We have a game Friday in Memphis. It's going to be tough too. They're not going to feel sorry for us, so we just have to come out and just play like we did first 2 quarters today.
Or less. What was the difference tonight down the stretch for them?
They made some shots. They made some tough shots towards the end of the game. We fought back. Once again, we let them back in the game. I think early in the third quarter, kind of gave some life, and from then on, it was a dogfight.
Is this one of the higher scoring games you've been a part of? 266 points for these teams. It feels like both teams were finding what they wanted to offensively, at least.
I wouldn't say that. Both teams made some shots. We just, one team decided to play more defense than the other.
How frustrating is it from a defensive standpoint, Russ, and what do you have to do to change it?
We just got to go back, look at film, and see what we did wrong tonight defensively, because last game we did well defensively, so we just got to see what we need to do.
Anybody else for Russ?
Russ, how difficult is it with so many defensive-minded players out, and you guys are relying on other guys who aren't really known for being defenders to continue to play the defense that you guys are capable of consistently?
I don't agree with that. I mean, I think everybody can defend at a level that's comfortable and the best for our team. So that's it.
Russell Westbrook obviously showing some disappointment there, and head coach Scotty Brooks before that. Thunder will practice tomorrow, then they head off to the Grindhouse in Memphis on Friday. The Thunder, by losing to the Mavericks, fall further behind the 7th spot in the Western Conference. Makes it almost impossible now for them to climb into that spot, and also with the loss and that trip coming up to Memphis may make holding on to the 8th spot a little bit more difficult, because the New Orleans Pelicans are chomping on their ankles trying to get up into that spot. So we'll keep you advised and let you know how things turn out. So keep it here at InsideThunder.com.